Hello guys, welcome to this video. My name is Anod and today in this video I'll discuss about MySQL. In my first video of MySQL I had shown how to download and install MySQL, and in this video I'll tell you what is MySQL, what is the purpose of use MySQL, what is the data type in MySQL, and how many data types are there in MySQL. Because guys, when we start something we should know about that thing, right? So here we'll start MySQL, so we should know what is the purpose of use MySQL, and in this video I'll not discuss about the command. So if you know those particular thing like what is MySQL, the purpose of use and the data type of MySQL, so you can skip this video, you can watch the next video when I'll start on the command, because guys this thing is very important. So if you know you can skip, otherwise you can watch this video also. Okay, so guys, first of all I'll discuss why we should use MySQL. Okay, so guys, here I'll give you one example. So suppose guys, if I open any kind of e-commerce site or any kind of site, okay, so here I will give you the example of Amazon e-commerce site. Okay, so here if I type Amazon and if I open Amazon website, okay, so first of all here I can see different types of product. Okay, but here I cannot order this product until I log in. Okay, so first of all I have to log in, and once I will go for a login I have to register first, otherwise how I will log in, what is the credential I will use. So for that purpose we should have a register account. Okay, so here I have already a register account. Okay, so now here if I will go for a login, okay, so now here you can see it is asking enter mobile number or email. So now if I type any kind of mobile number or email, okay, so it will not log in. I have to add proper, or it is better to say like I have to add the valid mail ID or mobile number. The mail ID and mobile number whatever I used the registration time, so the same thing I have to use. Okay, if I put any kind of random mobile number and if I place continue, so it will throw an error which is invalid mobile number. But if I put my mail ID or phone number whatever I used on the registration time, so it will log in. So this is the simple thing and we all know, but here in the back end how it works, so in that time MySQL comes. Okay, so now guys, first of all we have to understand from the beginning. Okay, so here when we put the valid mobile number, so that time what it happened and how we can able to log in. Okay, so guys, here registration time it asks some data. Okay, here if I go for a create free business account, see this is the registration page. Okay, so it will ask mobile number, so whatever mobile number I will store here or whatever the details it will ask, I will go to the login page back. Okay, so registration time whatever the details this website will ask, so the details I will put in the field and I will submit. So the same details they will store in somewhere, right? So where they store in database. Okay, and how they store in a table format. I will show you. So guys, here I have opened this thing and here I have draw a small table, draw a table just for giving you one example. Okay, so when we register time, so that time suppose it asks the name. Okay, so here this is the name. Okay, John, then we have another name Mark. Okay, means two users here registered. Suppose just consider this is one kind of website data. Okay, this is not Amazon because Amazon have some more data. Okay, just consider this is a one website, and in this that website two person login, one is John and Mark. So when two person registered, one is John and another one is Mark. Okay, so when those two person register, so that time that website asks some data. The data is like name. Okay, so when John registered, so he added his name is John. When Mark registered, he added his name is Mark, and the mail ID John added j.mail.gmail.com and the Mark added his mail ID m@gmail.com. Okay, and the country code IN and here country code US. Okay, So those data he provided when he registered on this particular website. Okay, and the data stored in a table format. Okay, so this is called a table. You can see this is a table. Okay, here you can see this is a table. Why it is table? Because guys, here we have some row. Here this is one row. Okay, this is one row, and we have some column. This is one column, this is one column, and this one column, and this one column, and every column has its unique name. Here this column name is primary key, this column name is name, this column name is mail, this column name is country code. Okay, so when we store data in row column format and each column have name, so that time we call it table. Okay, so column name, it is not mandatory that every column should have name, but mostly we keep a name, so just for understanding purpose. Okay, but when we store data in row and column format, so that is called table, and in MySQL we store our data in table format. You have to remember it, and every table has a unique name. So this is the register table. Okay, because in this table I store our data, I store our registered data. Okay, so this is the register table. And what is primary key here? Name you understood. What is name? Name means the person name who registered. Okay, mail ID means the person mail ID who registered, and country code means the country where that person lived. Okay, so that country code. Okay, and but here is the primary key. What is primary key? Primary key is the unique key. Okay, here this John primary key is reg1. Okay, means register 1. The primary key, it should be unique, but it can be anything. You can write here only 1, 2. Okay, whatever you want you can write, but it should be unique only, primary key. See, for John the primary key is reg_1, but for Mark it is reg_2. So here another thing you have to remember, that every table should have one primary key which should be unique. Why? That I will discuss. So now when we just log in, so here suppose we put a random Gmail ID. Suppose instead of mobile number we will use Gmail ID for login. Okay, because in Amazon site you can see here, if I show you can see it is asking enter mobile number or email ID. Why mobile number and email ID they are asking? That also one thing, because guys, always mobile number and mail ID is unique, right? We cannot you cannot see in any time the mobile number and mail ID is same for two person. It is always unique. So once we will provide the unique thing, so that time it is easy to fetch the data from the table. Okay, so that's why it is asking mobile number or mail ID. So now in this case, here suppose here someone put its mail ID which is a@gmail.com. Okay, so in this case guys, you can write in the comment section, so that person will able to log in or not. Okay, you can write in the comment section. So I'll tell you here, the person will not be able to log in, because once someone will put this mail ID, so that time it will check in this table we have this a.gmail ID or not. So here you can see we don't have a@gmail ID, sorry, not dot @gmail ID. We have j@gmail ID, j@gmail.com, aim@gmail.com, but we don't have a@gmail.com, right? So that time it will show invalid mail ID. Okay, because our mail ID is not registered, okay, in our register table. But if someone put instead of a, if someone put j, so that time it will match, right? We have this one, we have this j, this thing, okay, this j@gmail ID. So it means this register table will send the data of j@gmail.com, and the website will understand this person is trying to log in. The person is John, right? This John is trying to log in at this time. Okay, so it will show the John's data, because after login we can see our data, right? Whatever product we ordered, whatever address we saved, so that time it will understand John is logged in, and here it will show all the details of John. Okay, so now suppose John login, and after that John want to see his order history. Okay, so now here you can see John is login, right? John primary key what? John primary key is register 1. So we have another table. The table name is order, right? Here you can see the table name is order. So here you can see the primary key is always unique. So for this order table we have another primary key, order 1, order 2. Okay, so you can write any other primary key. This is for the demo purpose. Okay, so now here we have another thing that is called foreign key. So what is foreign key? So foreign key will be same of our primary key. Like here this register table and order table is related, right? Because the person will register or login. Okay, so the same person's order history will show. So this register and order table is related, means this John is if John login, so John primary key is this one, reg1. Okay, so now here it will check the foreign key from the order table. So for the foreign key should be same of the primary key. So here John, you can see here mail id g@gmail.com. okay, and the primary key is reg1. So here it will check the primary key reg1 and the same in order table for or foreign key from the order table. So here reg1 is the foreign key here. Okay, foreign key in this order table it is here. Okay, so now here you can see the foreign key reg, and here is the j@gmail.com, and here also it is j@gmail.com. so that time you can easily get John order this product, which is books. Okay, so I hope you understood what is primary key and what is foreign key. Primary key always should be unique, but the foreign key, it means when we have two tables and which is related to each other, so that time foreign key should be same of primary key. Like in register table reg, okay, and here is the name, this email id. Okay, this register id, if you notice, this register id and this one is the same here, reg and this one. Okay, so you can easily understand if someone wants to see the details of this reg, so that time the mail is j@gmail.com, and here foreign key is reg, and when it will match with primary key and foreign key, then it will fetch this data. The order history is book. So like this way it works. Okay, so now guys, I hope you understood this primary key, foreign key and the table concept. So here I hope you understood, like in a particular website or software. Okay, so we have multiple tables. So this is the table, means how we store our data, means what is which format we store our data. In MySQL we store in table format, so that's why we show this table format. Okay, so guys, here this table can contain multiple things. It can contain videos. Okay, suppose we have another column where we store videos. We have another column, it is image, for image. Okay, we store images there. Okay, so means guys, when we are adding some data like videos, images, text, so that time we need some space to store those data, right? So means this table is the format of storing data. So how the data is stored? So for that purpose we need some space. So this is called a database, means each table we just store into a database. So this is the table. So suppose in this website only have the two table. Okay, so this two table will store into one database. So here, so this is the database. So if I write here, so this is actually database. Okay, so this is database. So in a single website, we have a multiple table, and those table store into one database. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now guys, here I'll remove those things. Okay, so now here we have a primary key. Okay, so this primary key, it's a string value, right? It's a string value. So same way, we have a name. Okay, we have a mail, we have a country code. Okay, so many things we have, right? So same way we can store the amount. Okay, suppose we have another column here which is amount. So we don't have, but suppose we have. So here we can add another column. Okay, so suppose this is the amount column. I'm writing amount. Okay, so this is the amount column, and the amount for t-shirt is suppose 10,000, and the books is 400. Okay, like any random value. So this here, if you see, this amount is not a string, this is the number. Okay, so this amount is the number, but here shirt, books, so those are the string. Mail ID also a string, but amount here it's a number. So it means each column should have one type. Means in primary key we will store string type value, right? In name we will store string type value, mail ID string type value, country code also string type value. So same way here also primary key and foreign key and mail, order, so all are string type value, but amount is a number type value. So you can set I mean when you will create the table, so that time you can set the type. Means you can set the amount column should be a number type value. Okay, no one can assign a string value inside this amount column. So this way you can set different kind of types. Okay, and that is called data type, because this 10,000, this 400, or shirt, t-shirt, those are the data, right? So when we are setting the this data, the type of this data, so that is called data type. Means this is the order column, so here we can store only string value. No one can put here number, because order means it's always string, right? It can be shirt, it can be books, it can be any home accessory, so that is the string, not a number, right? So that is called string. But amount, the purchasing amount, here you cannot write any string, amount is always number, right? So this is the data type. So how many data types we have in our table? So those I will now show you. Okay, but before that guys, here the main point is MySQL. Okay, so here what is MySQL? So now you understood the table, now you understood the database. Now what is MySQL? So when a user log in or register, okay, so that time I told it will match the data. So I'll first of all I'll remove those lines. Okay, so here I remove. So now here suppose a user logged in, so that time it will logged in by the Gmail ID, phone number. Okay, I told already. So suppose it is the client or user logged in by mail ID. So this Gmail, it's a mail ID of a client. Okay, just consider this this person is logged in now. So now this person's data, which one? This order table. If I go, so this person's data is this one, because this is the primary key and here it's a foreign key, this is matching. So this person data is this one. So now how it will fetch this person's data is this one? So in that time we use MySQL. We write some command, like the command kind of like just here if the primary key is reg1 and the foreign key from the order table is reg1, then fetch the data from register table and order table. Like this is, I'm just giving one example. So this way we write some query. Okay, and this query, it's a MySQL query, and by that query we can get all the details. Okay, so this time we use MySQL. It means MySQL just manage our database, RDBMS. Okay, relationship database management system. So MySQL it is relationship database management system. Means we have two tables, right? So those two tables are the related. Okay, I mean they have some relation. This primary key and foreign key have relation, means which user will order what, it will show in the order table. Okay, so this two table has the relation. So when who manage the relation between those two tables, so that is our MySQL. So that's why it is called relationship database management system. So now I hope guys it's clear. So now I will show you that data type, different types of data. So now guys, here I will show you the data type, but before that guys, I want to tell you one thing. I'm just going to launch AI engineering course. If anyone interested, so you can go to the comment section. There I will mention the price, because this time I will not launch this course in free, because now you know the value of AI. Every companies are using AI. So I will just mention the price of that course. Okay, so if anyone interested, so you can write in the comment section, that I can know like how many people are interested. And even if you have any of your friend want to learn AI, so you can just share this video with your friends. Okay, but before that guys, if you like my videos, if you understand what I explain, okay, so then only you can just enroll this course. Because otherwise, if you don't like or if you don't if you don't understand how I explain, then this AI course will not be valuable for you. Okay, so now guys, here the data types. So when I was showing the table, so that time I told the number is the amount is the number type, right? So here this is called, we don't call it number, we call it numeric data type. So numeric means simply you can say it's a number data type, but number can be different way, right? Like we have a float, we have a big number, we have a small size number, right? So here integer means if you just want to define the type is only number, you don't want to go deep inside the number data type, so you can simply write integer or int. Okay, anyone you can just set. Okay, but if you want to specify, like someone someone cannot put more than this number, right? So that time you can go in deeper, like here this is the big init, means very large number. If you know, if there is any column, right, where someone can put a very big size number, so that time you can set big init. Same way the decimal. Okay, so decimal means in the amount. If you don't want to go in deep and specify the amount column, so you simply you can write here integer type or int. Okay, but you want to go in deeper, like here amount can be a floating value, right? Like this way, here amount can be like this way. Okay, after point it can be some other values. Okay, so that is called the decimal, but it is called a float. But what is decimal? Decimal means after point this value will be fixed, means if here you can see 5 means the number can be 5, and then after point it will be only two values. Okay, or two numbers, or not values, two numbers, if this is the correct term. Okay, so two numbers after the point, so that is decimal. Okay, and the same way floating also means the number will be with point. Okay, but here we don't define any limit of the numbers after point, so that is floating. And if you don't want to specify all those things, just simply add integer type. Okay, so now here string type, this is very important. String type, this character and varchar means var character. Okay, variable character. Okay, so here these two things is very important. I will tell you the difference between two things, but this is the string type. Here different string types, character, var character, that difference I will tell you later. But text means the paragraph kind of thing. Suppose someone just want to describe himself, like me, I am a software engineer, I live in this place. Okay, I'm just describing myself, so that is the big kind of text, right? So this is text. Okay, so so in the text, if you want to add some limit, so long text you can define the type, and text means it is up to 65,000 this 5,535 characters. So means you can just put I mean you can using, if you are using text for describing yourself, so here just you can describe up to this letter. Okay, you cannot go more on more of this letter. Okay, so this is the text. And the long text, has also its limit, means you know somewhere it will be a 4 GB, so then you can add this long text. Okay, so mostly we use these 3 types. Okay, that is enough just for beginning purpose. Okay, I mean beginner purpose also, like here date, now here date, time and data types. Okay, date, time, data types. So we have a date, so that is that time date, data type should be date, and we sometimes we mention date and time both together, so that is data, time, date type. I mean those are the column type, right? Or suppose we have order, and we want to show the date, like purchasing date, when that user purchased that order, so that is date. But we want to show the date and time both, so that is date, time. So it's a time only. Okay, if I want to show the time, I mean time has a separate column, and you want to just put the time when that user purchased that product, so that is the time column. Okay, and the type is time. Year, if I want to show which year the product is purchased by that user, so I can create one column year, and the type will be also a year. Okay, so this is the data type. So now the thing is here, now those are the data type: numeric data type, string, date and type. Okay, so this is enough for as a beginner. Okay, so now I'll tell you character and varchar, both are string data type, but what is character and varchar? So character means here it's a it is like, suppose if you define here, when we write the type character, so that time we can define how many character we can write. This is the n means number, how many number of character we can define. Suppose if I add 3 character, okay, 3 character I can define. So it means here I can define, I mean in that column, suppose I have one column country code, right? Country code, I know the country code I can define within a 3 character in India. For India we don't write India, we just write country code in, right? Same way USA, so we write US. Okay, so Australia we write AUA. So this way we define country code. We know the country code should not be more than 3 character, right? So that time, I mean when we know the fixed length of the string value, so that time we use character type. Okay, so now 3 means we can just write up to 3 character. So here India, so US. Okay, now we can write AUS. Okay, but it will be always 3 character or less than 3 character, not more than 3, because I set the type, set the number of the character, that is 3. So now here the main point is, here I wrote 3. So 3 means here when I will write any character, so it will store space 3. Okay, just I'll show you. Here it will store space up to 3. 1, 2, 3. So now here when we write any character, like here if we write India, so I 1 character and N I 1 character. Okay, so now here if we write A Australia, okay, so AUS. So now I mentioned 3 characters, so we know like the country code should not be more than 3. Now when we write IN, but we define 3 characters, so it means it will hold, I mean just I can say it will hold one more space, because here we have Okay, and for Australia we just wrote 3 characters, so there is no space. But for India, it's a 2 character, so we have one more space, I mean one more blank space where I can put 1 character, but for India we have 2, so it will hold on. But same thing if I give you the example for varchar. So varchar, if I suppose set 30, because in because for character I told, when we know the fixed length, like country code we know it won't be more than 3, so that is character. And same way weekdays, okay, like we write this is Monday, right? Weekdays, suppose Monday, okay. Here if I show you Monday, then Tuesday, but always we don't write Monday, Tuesday the full length, okay. So we define with 3 character, like Monday, Tuesday. So this time also this is the character, because we know the fixed length of this text, okay. So that is character. So, but varchar is like name, we don't know, because your name can be 4 letter, or you can say character, but my name can be 7 letter or 9 letter or 9 character, okay. So for name we don't know how the fixed length of the string, okay. So that time we use varchar. So now here if I write varchar is 30 means 3, 4, 5, like this way it will be up to 30, okay. It will be up to 30. So now here the name is, suppose someone is here John, okay, JOHN, okay, and someone name is here suppose my channel name creative, okay. I'll show you, or else suppose Mark, okay, Mark, M here A R K, or I'm adding one more, okay, S. So in this case for character, you understood, right? It holds one space when we write less than our length, okay, the defined length. But for varchar, when we add John, but we define up to 30 we can write, but it won't hold space, this blank. I mean here we have 4, John is up to 4 character, right? So, it means we have left 30 character we define, and we added up to 4 character, so we have 26, because we have 26 blank blank space for the character, right? Because 30 minus 4 is, it's a 26, we have a blank character. So it means it will not hold 26 character, it just in memory it will not keep a space for John like up to 26, I mean up to 30, okay. It will just add space up to 4 only, okay. This is the difference between character and varchar. If you have any any doubt, you can write in the comment section, okay. Now I'll remove this thing. So now here we have one constant means like the key, primary key. We had a one column, right, primary key. So in that case here, if we write the primary key, so it will be always a unique key, okay. So that is primary key. And foreign key I also told you. Same way we have a unique key, same way we have a not null means like we have a one column, right, mail ID. So mail ID name, that is always required, okay. So that time if we set not null, means no user can put a null value, means no user can register without giving that value. Sometime if you have I mean if you log in any page or register, so sometimes there is some optional field, means we can fill that value in that field, or we cannot fill, it doesn't matter, it's the optional field, okay. Like address 1 and address 2, so address 2 always be a optional, right? So phone number, alternative phone number is mandatory, but alternative phone number, that is a optional field, okay. So that time you for the phone number you can write not null, means no user can put a blank value, I mean, or empty value in the phone number field. User should have filled the phone number value in this phone number field. So that's why we have a not null, and the null means user can put the null value also, no issue, like for alternative phone number, like that. Okay. So default means, suppose I want to set a default value for any field, like I know the default value, like any value where for each field I want to put the default value. Okay. So by default I can set, means user no need to fill that value. From our side we can set the default value. Okay. So same way, auto increment primary key always incrementing, right? reg1, reg2, so 1, 2, those are incrementing. So in that case we can write primary key is the auto increment field. Check means we can check, like where we can check, like where the value is suppose if you put the check, means below 18 age no one can register. So if when someone will put the age is 16, that is below 18, right? So that time will throw an error. So how it is possible? So we put one check here, age should be more than 18. So it means if someone feel 19, so he can register obviously, but if someone feel it 17, so he cannot register, because we put the check. So those things will show you when we will write the command. So that time it will be more easy for you to understand. Okay. So for now, if you understood everything, so you can write in the comment section that you understood, and if you like the video you can like, also share. But if you have any doubt you can write in the comment section. I'll try to give you the reply, and I'll try to solve your doubt.